So today is the third day of the training course at Radio 1, and today we're in studio. So today's the practical day. We've spent some time earlier in the week looking at the various craft skills of the work that's done by the Radio 1 visualisation team. So we've looked at vision mixing skills and we've done some practicals around that. We've talked about the skills of a director and the art form of directing. We've looked at a lot of examples and discussed shot choices and shot sizes. Yeah, so the band set up like this now, what would you do with the handheld?
I'd move them around here probably.
So this is for the
I'm one of the course producers, and my specialism that I bring to this is that I'm a freelance multi-camera director. Sets up attention. What might be happening here? Being one of the directors of the Live Lounge requires quite a broad set of skills because they're vision mixing their own content, they're directing, so they're calling cameras, they're coming to the studio with a vision that they're trying to capture with the cameras. On other days they're having to operate those cameras, they're having to liaise with the sound team and the artists, and they're having to work live and under pressure, probably with very little opportunity to rehearse. So that requires quite a lot of skills.
I'm tired of all the fear you left inside my heart.
The Live Lounge has been filmed by the visualisation team for quite a while now, as is the trend really, with a lot of content going online. They get a significant amount of viewers to their content online through the various channels such as YouTube and iPlayer and so on. And with more people watching it and with the facilities going HD, the time had sort of come to really try and up the craft quality of the work that's being done.
So today we did a run through of directors' lingo, we did some artistic stuff, critiquing of the music direction. We also finished up with a dummy run with a band called Jacob and Goliath in the Live Lounge doing like actual directing of music.
Nice. Excellent.
Steady three, cut of three.
Wait for your reply.
We don't face many challenges when we're recording in the Live Lounge, it's our space, but because we're working with the engineers who want to get the best sound for radio, there is compromise involved in what we want to do and what they want to do, but we work very closely together so that the overlap is normally quite smooth and works quite effectively, we like to think. Cut on time, watching, making sure the cameraman knows what they're doing.
They've got a band in there, they're each doing their own Live Lounge, and it's a sort of coached scenario where they shoot a band and then we review it back and then we move on to the next director.
Adam, go tight on the singer.
I wouldn't waste time saying please and thank you. They're on the payroll, they've got to do it.
I think visualisation is important because of a new generation of listener and consumer of Radio 1. They kind of expect a bit more than the radio because they can go on YouTube and find their favourite artists doing things for other places and kind of a TV station.
I mean, the more you do and the more familiar you get with it, the more you will just naturally start directing it because...
Also, young people's media consumption habits are changing quite a lot. So people are spending as much time on their tablet or on their laptop or on their computer or on their phone as much as being in the office listening to a radio or in the car or in their bedroom. So we've got to compete with more platforms than we did, say, 15 years ago. If I was to give someone advice about how to get into visualisation, I would say shoot as much as you can, edit as much as you can, learn to do as much as you can, because when I was like 15, people were still shooting onto like VHS tapes and stuff like that, and the technology wasn't as cheap and easily available as it is now. It's all out there, so get as much experience as you can doing stuff at the moment.
4. I would say just be prepared to do things off your own back, really. We really need a kind of a can-do attitude.
We'll be there in the end, but
we get to do some really fun stuff and kind of, all those long hours are like amply repaid in, the fun we have and kind of the content we produce.